What's up? What's going on, people? It's the BQF, the Black Quarterback Forum, coming to you solo tonight. BlackQBsInEffect.com website. As always, I'd like to appreciate everybody who visits the website. We got over 2,300 views. I think that's pretty good for just creating something first time. No advertisement, just people going to visit it based off me hollering at people at Twitter and so on and so forth. But I appreciate it. This is a Week 18 update. Last weekend was, of course, was the last weekend of regular season football. We got Wildcard weekend straight ahead here in a few days. Today is Thursday, I do believe. So just in 2 days, kicks off, right? So just a quick recap of the Week 18. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I'm gonna talk about the playoff games. A lot of crazy stuff in the sports world this week, but I don't have the resources, time, money, or the staff, or to go into all that stuff. I just see my dog walks in the background. But crazy, crazy things going on, man. I'm sure people with sports in the sports, y'all know what I'm talking about with the Jason Whitlock, Stephen A. Smith feud, and Aaron Rodgers, and that fiasco with McAfee show. So, whatever your opinions are, I just ain't got time to go into it. I think a lot of it's funny and hilarious, but people with these podcasts can argue and fight with each other. You put them in the room and see what happens. But I mean, so I'm trying to make my own podcast, I guess. But nobody knows me, so I'm not here to talk about nobody personally. Just talk about black quarterbacks in the NFL, baby, because I love them. I ain't got no favorite team. I just love all the teams that black quarterbacks play on. With that being said, just to recap the last weekend, week 18, there was some teams trying to get into the playoffs. I just wanted, CJ Stroud and Jordan Love. I mean, they came up big for their teams. Nobody expected, excuse me, Houston Texans to be there with CJ Stroud. But they were calculating 3, 4 wins at most. And look what he's done. I mean, just amazing. I call him rookie extraordinaire. I'm just going to recap him and Love's numbers here primarily. But he was 20 for 26, very efficient. 264 yards, 10.2 average, 2 touchdowns, 0 INTs. He was sacked 2 times for 18 yards, 88.1 QBR, and a 134.1 rating. Pretty good numbers. They going up against the Browns. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute in the playoff games coming up here. And then there was Jordan Love. I mean, against the Bears, and I follow a lot of Bears people on Twitter, and they're funny. They're hilarious, man. I hope they get it right. I've been hearing I heard they gonna keep Fields, and I've seen some things saying they not from some guy who says he got a good read on him. So I don't know, but I hope they do the right thing or get it right, with Fields, whether they keep him or not or whatever the case. But they haven't beaten the Packers in a while. And Jordan Love's pretty good. Jordan Love was 27 for 32 in that game, 316 yards, 9.9 average, 2 touchdowns, 0 INTs, and I didn't get his sacks. He may have been sacked a time or two. My apologies there. But the QBR was 73.4 and the rating was 128.6. Now there was other games, right? The Eagles versus the Giants. The Eagles, they kind of, I ain't gonna say gave up, but they, threw in the towel once I think they started getting down, and then players started getting hurt. So and then Tyrod Taylor and the Giants, hey, he's a backup, but he's black, so I'm gonna talk about him. He had a pretty good game, and they beat the Eagles. Eagles in the 5 spot, and they will be playing the Bucks. I'm gonna talk about that in a moment. And then you had the Seahawks and Cards, some more black on black crime. Gino won the game, but not good enough to make it to the playoffs. Desmond Ritter and Bryce Young, they had losses and they had tough seasons. I'll get back to them in a minute. But Tua lost to the Bills. Like we were saying all year, what they gonna do in the playoffs? They gotta go on the road. It's cold. Well, we about to see. I believe that game is Saturday, right? We about to see um, what's gonna happen. So real soon. But yeah, back to Desmond Ritter and Bryce Young. Desmond Ritter, he got benched, taken out a couple times, and he finished out the season starting. That was his second year. I believe he was a rookie last year. This was his second year as a starter or starting at the beginning of the season. Who knows where he's going to be next year? It didn't work out. Who knows? Bryce Young, I believe they anchored to him with the contract, rookie contract, and they don't got no first round pick. So hopefully they can figure out a way to make things better for him in that situation. But and then who knows what might happen with Gino, Pete Carroll, and all the coaches that have been fired. He was one of them. So who knows there? But we got the playoffs coming. Playoffs. So in the AFC, y'all know this is Raven country around here. My boy Shmeez ain't with me tonight. I didn't feel like putting on the Raven. Y'all know what time it is. Though Lamar and them got that number one seed, so they resting. We got the Browns going into Houston. Young CJ Stroud. Can he put together another good game? It's gonna be tough against that Browns defense, right? Because at the beginning of the season, I thought maybe the Browns this would be with Sean Watson, but wasn't the case. Joe Flacco came to the day to save the Browns season. And hey, they there, they strong. They got a solid defense, we all know. But y'all know here at the BQF, the Black Quarterback Forum, I'm riding with the black quarterback. So I'm hoping CJ Stroud, rookie extraordinaire, can get that dub. Anyway, it don't matter at this point how ugly the game looks. But we know from what CJ Stroud has done earlier this year that he's capable. So no mistakes, play some good defense, turn over here, as I like to call them, good call, bad calls, depends on what side of the field you're on. So we'll see. Good coaching, bad coaching. We'll see. But I'm pulling for CJ Stroud. So also then we got the Chiefs, or we got the Dolphins, Miami going to Kansas City. And I ain't watching the reports closely for the Midwest, but from what I hear, it's gonna be cold. So we're gonna see. And I just happened to hear some news or something about they was turning the air conditioning up in the hotel. A lot of places they want to let them come there and practice early because if you ask me, the game side they need to be in Kansas City like right now, getting acclimated because they can't show up on a day before. They need to be there a couple days just to get acclimated, walk around, see what it feels like because it feels definitely different than South FLA, Miami, MIAMI. It's definitely gonna feel different. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be running around with flip flops on. So, well, I think Patrick and the Mahomes and Kansas City gonna take care of business. Sorry, Dolphin fans, but and to it, I, I posted this link to an article about the black coaches and the black quarterbacks. So they had Mike McDaniel, the head coach of the Dolphins, listed as a black guy. Now, if you just look at it, once again, but yet all these articles where I posted where they ain't counting Tua, they said the record number of black quarterbacks started this year. I think it was 14. I told you, I counted Tua as 15. But this article was funny to me. It's like I've been saying, if you put Tua in a lineup with all black guys, or all white guys, excuse me, who they gonna pick as the black guy? If you ask, they're gonna pick Tua. Now Mike McDaniel looked like he could pass for being white. I mean, if you put him comb his hair the right way, and do spectacles he wear, uh, there is no black guy. So that was funny to me. Now they say the coach is black, but Tua ain't. It's hilarious. Then the other matchup is the Steelers versus the Bills. And it's like, how did the Steelers make it? But I like Mike Tomlin. At one point in time, we kind of looked alike. Probably still, I'm getting older, wear glasses now, so it's not as easy. But him and Omar Epps, my other brothers, we all kind of resemble. So I love Tomlin. He always gives black guys an extra chance when nobody else will. So, but I would probably be pulling for them in this game. The Bills are that wild card with um, Josh Allen. I mean, they can get going at any minute, man. They are truly a wild card. So I don't think they're gonna lose to the Steelers. So I just don't see that happening. Then again, the Steelers play you hard, tough. They from the AFC North, so the Steelers they gonna come out defensively and play hard. We know that. It's just a matter of Mason Rudolph, Pickens get one good play, two good plays in there. We'll see. I think the Bills gonna win that one though. So it's the NFL, you know. Keep hope alive any given Sunday. So over in the NFC, we got the 49ers who got that first round bye, right? They kicking butt, beating all the NFC teams, taking names. They're kicking ass and taking names. But then we got some intriguing matchups, right? With the Eagles going in Tampa Bay. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Them Eagle fans, what y'all gonna do if the if the Tampa Bay short circuit y'all season? Because a lot of people have been down on the Eagles. They've been saying since they've been on a 5-game, 6-game losing skid, whatever it's been. And we're gonna. That's why the playoffs is the most exciting time, right? Because we done got rid of all the nonsense, all chitter chatter, and the best teams. In some cases, maybe not all. Some even backed in, lucked in, whatever the case. But now it's coming down to good quarterback play, good coaching, and as the one TV analyst always say, Jimmy Johnson say, it's not about how many good plays you make, but how many bad plays you don't make. You know what I mean? How many errors and all that kind of stuff you keep to a minimum. Turnovers, false starts, offside when it's like what, 4th and 6 or 4th and 5 or 3rd and 6. You give them that first down, you give them a shorter field. Those kind of plays. We're gonna see. The Eagle once again. Just following people on Twitter, right? Bear fans are very passionate, and Eagle fans, those are two, those are two. And Eagle fans are going to be highly disappointed if the Eagles lose. That's all I gotta say. Philadelphia. I grew up in Wilmington, Delaware, so I know the Philadelphia sports culture. Big Sixer fan, AI, you know, Dr. J, the Eagles back in the day, the Phillies, the Flyers. So I know how crazy y'all are when it comes to sports. If the Eagles lose, it's gonna be sad. On to the Rams and the Lions. Mr. Matthew Stafford, who is in the NFC the only Super Bowl winning quarterback, Super Bowl winning people. Okay, we got two Super Bowl quarterbacks that have appeared and lost. That'd be Jared Goff and Jalen Hurts. And y'all know what I talk about: two quarterbacks going to Super Bowl for the first time and don't win, right? The stat is real, people. Jared Goff and Jalen Hurts on that list. So we can see if they get one of the two can break that spell. That they both can't this season. Anyway, the Rams and the Lions, Matthew Stafford going back to the place where he played for what, 13, 14 years, whatever, how long it was. I mean, played his heart out. They never won much of anything, right? Then he goes to LA in the Super Bowl first year there. So now he's back. So we gonna see, right? They said they should give him a standing ovation. They probably should, but then he gonna walk out the building with a dub. So to me, but the Lions are the most disrespected team in the NFL, if you ask me. You know what happened to them 2 weeks ago in Dallas, and then just the way they look at golf. I mean, like week right before the playoffs, like the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season, 13, 14, 15, whatever, 15, 16. It was like what quarterback? Every show I was watching, like what quarterback in the NFC do you trust more? They would have Hurts, Purdy, Prescott listed. They would never have golf. And so to me, if I'm Dan Campbell, I'm like telling them, you guys, we've been disrespected. I mean, I got that written on the board. I got that sent to their phones. Disrespect. Disrespect. That's how they see you. And I mean, they should come out with more emotion, more passion. I think of any team in the playoffs right now. I just think they're very disrespected. Then we come down to the Packers and the Cowboys. Man, Jordan Love, he's one of my favorite young black quarterbacks. So, and Dak, I said this from the very beginning of the season, right? If you watch my videos, I know a lot of people haven't, but they finally saying it on regular TV now. To me, the Cowboys got to go to the conference championship game, period, in the story, for this to be a successful season. Dak's been in the league, I think it's 8 years. I broke down the numbers. At the start of the season, he's had the best season of quarterbacks. So I looked at the numbers I posted at my website. That's got the most touchdowns. I think he's got the most yards. He's in the top 5, I do believe. But great numbers. So he's been playing lights out. The Cowboys at home, they should win, right? I don't know. I like the Packers. I mean, not to win this game, but I like Jordan Love. If you like I said, watch my videos, I thought highly of him all season. Where they talked about is he the guy? To me, it was clearly he was easy. To me, it was one of the things I could easily see. Now, Jordan Love might not never go on to win a Super Bowl. He might not be stellar numbers, but I think he's a guy you can build around and possibly have a good chance of winning a Super Bowl. In his first year as a starter, he got a team to the playoffs. You got to get to the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. So that's a start. And they're just going to get better. They're young. So it wouldn't surprise me if they beat the Cowboys. But I don't think so. The Cowboys been pretty electric at home. So, but once again, the black quarterback form, baby. We got 7. I didn't think I mentioned that. 7 black quarterbacks is 14 teams right now, right? And out of that 14, 7 of them have black quarterbacks. The Eagles with Jalen Hurts, Packers with Jordan Love, Cowboys with Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, who's not playing this week. C.J. Stroud of the Houston Texans. Tua of the Dolphins, and Patrick Mahomes. So we well represented, people. And that's all I've been saying is that as more black quarterbacks come in the league, they take their teams to the playoffs. That increases their chance of winning Super Bowls. So in my world, we got two black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl again. The black quarterback forum is winning all day long, every day. So that's how I see it. So I'm gonna have at the website, I'm gonna have the end of the year special, like or end of the year, just highlighting all the black quarterbacks that have played and aren't still playing. I'm gonna do it after this first round of the playoffs because obviously some of them are gonna lose. Um, Dak and Love, obviously one of them gonna win, one's gonna lose. Same thing with Tua and Patrick. So, and I'm hoping Jalen and CJ Stroud pull it out. So I'm pulling for them too. But I will put together all their highlights as these videos I'm able to find them of their season and their statistics. And then my next venture is to create uh, the Black Quarterback Forum, the rise of the Black Quarterback, as the saga continues. So, like I said, a recap of their season. This is a whole new website I'm talking about, though, and I got something special I'm gonna do with it. So, and each quarterback will have their own story. So right now I'm looking at maybe 15 stories. So somehow I'm gonna intermingle some of the backups that played, give them, their due too. So with that being said, though, playoffs are about to start. As far as I'm concerned, the black quarterback forum is doing pretty well. We got seven um, quarterbacks in the playoffs, and all seven ain't gonna win because we got two games where two of them are playing against each other. That's four of them right there. So, but we're doing quite well, and we're gonna see when the best ones. Lamar ain't played, won't play this weekend. We're gonna see, and hopefully they can get a dub in the playoffs. Whoever they end up playing, I didn't figure it out yet who gets who after this first round. So, but anyway, I'll get into that next week. Once again, if you watch, I appreciate it. Mr. BQF coming to you, Black Quarterback Forum, BlackQBsInEffect.com. We'll get at you. Take care. And there is no more next week, baby. This is over. Take care.